on wet sand 120 million years ago. I mean, that's just fantastic.
The footprint that Hans Larsen found undoubtedly belongs to one of the dinosaurs that preyed upon the sauropod. And if they can find the footprint, the question looms large: can they find the bones? There is almost no record of what flesh-eating dinosaurs looked like in Africa during the Cretaceous. To find one would constitute a major discovery.
Yep. Yeah, so there's part of a femur there, there's a little bit of a pubis here. Here's the onion.
It is more than they ever thought possible. They have found the predator and have a second skeleton to uncover.
There's a claw right up here. Your claw was right in here.
It is the kind of find that will earn this expedition a place in the history of dinosaur exploration. With a new animal waiting to be uncovered, the crew is anxious to finish the work on the sauropod. They still have to prepare the bones for the long trip home.
The bone right now is already starting to crack, but if we were to actually pick this up and put it back.
I suppose at least 2 feet long.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Gorgeous.
All right.
The animal here belongs to a group of dinosaurs called theropods, which means beast foot. It is the group which includes all the meat-eating dinosaurs, like the famous Tyrannosaurus, one of the last and largest carnivorous dinosaurs. By the second day, Serino and his crew know they have a fairly complete skeleton.
We have parts of both hind limbs, good parts of the hand and the forearm and the scapular blade. We've got the pelvic girdle, we've got vertebrae from several parts of the body, including the tail. It was a two-legged animal. It was probably about 20-25 feet long. It engaged its prey with its hands, doubtless live prey.
The length of that.
That's so long. And it had a very large skull for taking in and ripping off large pieces of flesh. We're thrilled because in 2 days we have uncovered more of a skeleton of a theropod dinosaur than we have known from the African continent at this time for a century. And that's pretty thrilling. That is amazing. Jaws.
Yeah, it's a monster.
Great to
Bill has uncovered the right side of the face. It's a maxilla bone. If I had one bone to choose of the skull, after what we found, it would have been the max. That's
fantastic.
It's tremendous. Because now we will have in fact the basic shape of the skull inside view.
In the months ahead, these bones will be prepared at the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto. At that time, Serino will determine that this dinosaur is a distant cousin of Tyrannosaurus, a North American species. The discovery leads Serino to conclude that this animal and Tyrannosaurus must have had a common ancestor, not yet discovered, that lived before the supercontinent Pangaea broke apart. Serino will name the new dinosaur Afrovenator, African hunter, and the world will have its first good look at a predatory dinosaur that evolved on the isolated continent of Africa.
It's going to be critical that we get out of here today. I mean, it's just going to be a nightmare if we come back and we're throwing things in the trucks. Okay.
The team has reservations on a ferry leaving Algiers on December the 15th.
I'm taking the lids off, leaving for something else.
If they miss that boat, they could be stuck for weeks.
We're leaving on noon of,
To make it, they must leave today.
Let's count the third.
There are just a few details left to the last minute. One fairly important job is loading 6 tons of dinosaur bones into the back of a truck.